I started working on making these exhaust manifolds about 6 years ago. That's a long time to wait to get a part done, but I'm a stickler for wanting things to be just right.
So I will tell you that probably the coolest new part to hit the world of restoration are these exhaust manifolds from Tony. These are the manifolds for you. These are missing. You can't find these. When you do find them on eBay, they're $800 to $1,000 for a set, and you don't know if they're cracked. I've had many exhaust manifolds that looked great, but the passenger manifold would crack out. So even the date.
Yep.
I mean, you have that date right there, but what if I have a March of 70 build car?
We're doing 3 different dates. We're doing, and they're pairs.
Yeah. I got to tell you, that is the most fantastic thing I have seen hit the aftermarket world. Now, OER's been making a lot of neat stuff. They're making those grill assemblies for our 70 Chargers, amongst 1,000 other things. But for us, we're always dying. Every car needs that exhaust manifold. If it's a 383 or a 440, a 70 or 71, it needs that manifold.
We're doing August of '69, which is good for the early 1970 model year cars. Yep. We're doing January of '70, which you take care of the last half of the model year. And we're doing August of 1970, which does for the 71 model year.
Cover all the 71s, yeah.
And then we're doing a fourth set that don't have any dates, and we have some original samples.
I've seen it.
Yep, that didn't have dates.
I've seen 340 ones that way with no date on them.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
This is really the best thing that sandwich-eating New York lunatic has done since I've known him, and I've known him a long time.
So in case one of these dates don't fit exactly what you want, you can just have it to be no date, and can't be wrong. I always tell people if it's not dated, it's not wrong. Yeah, Graveyard Cars is a great test bed for the products I make because they use them right away. Whereas a lot of time customers will be collecting parts for a car they're going to restore, but they may not get to it for a couple years, so you don't get the immediate feedback, and I need that.
So earlier, I was noticing you got the Pinister, so I don't want to get you in trouble with Chrysler.
Oh, no, we paid Chrysler.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Little Pinister right
there. No, these are licensed by Mopar.
They are.
Yep.
And I mean, this is so incredible to us. Doug, what's the hardest thing to come up with on a 440 these days?
Yeah. Exhaust manifolds.
Pretty much.
I gotta say, this is incredible. You don't know how long and hard we've looked for these things. Even when we find the correct manifolds, they're usually rusted, pitted, and cracked. It will be so nice to install new manifolds.
Well, these are so commonly used for older cars. You might have a distributor, but that's specific. But these are all 7071 big block.
You know how I come up with manifolds in the old days?
How?
I steal it from Darren. Do you remember the episode,
buddy?
Okay, so you got the bosses here for your 7071 heat stove. Yep. Nice.
I make that new too.
Love
this
it.
Is original, but it goes right on. You know, nice sets of originals right now are really tough to come by because they're 50 years old. You're not going to find NOS manifolds. So they're going to be on cars. They're going to have some level or degree of pitting to them just from the last 50 years of age. The heat risers are just about never working or never there. And that's a couple $100 alone just to get that whole deal straightened out with the heat risers.
Here's the right-hand one that we're matching up to this. This is where the heat riser goes. Somebody's welded this all up, busted out the heat riser butterfly in the middle of it. I mean, that's what they did because they leaked or they didn't work or they freeze shut or freeze open.
Yeah.
So they figure who cares, because most people lose the air cleaners and everything else by that time anyway.
We have so many variations of sizes and markings, like, you know, the N code and 4, and even the way the date stamps are. They are
because
different.
that's what I was going to ask you, is even the layout of it. This whole thing looks like it's an intentional piece with fake screws, right?
Yeah. Well,
which is factory.
That was...
I brought one of these.
That was on the insert.
Hang on, I brought one of these.
Oh, there you go.
This is one Doug had.
Yeah, so look at all the nice pitting on it. You get away from the new ones. And no heat riser.
When you lay these manifolds out side by side and you compare them, the new Reproduction is a twin to the original in every conceivable detail. Here, you ready to do this? I've never done it before.
I haven't either.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, no, we bolt them on cars.
Oh, we done it on cars. Wow. Take a look. Tell me. Now, you're pretend I made them.
Yeah, I don't see any light coming through.
I don't either.
So that's good.
Wow.
We've actually bolted these on engines.
Oh, you have?
And run the engines in retard and got the manifolds.
It's not
we
proper.
retarded the timing.
There you go.
To make it fire out the exhaust. And then we got the manifolds glowing. And we did cycles like that over and over to make sure that they weren't going to crack or...
You did that on the before you went to production?
Oh, yeah. We did that on the last sample sets that we had. I never want to have to make a part that I need to make excuses for. So we go through a lot of R&D for appearance, which is, you know, a big aspect of it, because They're licensed by Chrysler. They look exactly like originals. And the funny thing about that is there's many variations of originals. You deal with a lot of reproduction parts more than I do. You know how many of them are less than what they should be to be nice.
This is a good-looking product.
You know?
So for as much crap as I give Tony about being incredibly meticulous and a complete pain in the ass, which he is, both of those things, a finished product like that, it's as good as it gets. If you've got a 70 or a 71 440 HP,
383.
and 383 two-barrel even on the
Left side, yeah.
Is that true? Yeah.
Yeah, but there's plenty of lefts around. Matter of fact,
It's the right one that cracked, that split out.
Right.
Right here, right?
No, right up the middle.
Oh,
They always seem to crack here.
Well, you can't wait to say no, huh? For me, it's just everything's no. I'll say, yeah, George Washington, the first president. No. He was the president at the beginning of the country. Yeah, that's the first president. Well, you say it whatever you want. Well, I'm just saying, I just can't win. That's all.
Brought to you by Mark Madness.
The trade. Ever do my boxing?
Mark Madness.
That's not Mark Madness. I've never done that with you, Rocky. Have I?
Who have you not done it with?